Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today I want to show you a quick demo of some cool CSS features that not everyone is using yet, but they can make your layouts much cleaner and smarter. We will take a look at the container queries, a versatile has pseudo class, and the neat layout trick using Subgrid. So, if you enjoy clean layouts, responsive components, and writing smarter styles, this one is for you. Let's jump in. Let's start with a quick demo setup. So I created React app using Vite. I didn't install any additional libraries, so you can take a look at the package.json file. Also, I have created three components, container query demo, has demo, and subgrid demo to showcase these different CSS tricks. So let's take a look at the app.tsx. So here we have that three components. So we will go one by one, and the first one we start with is going to be has demo. Let's have a look first at the markup of has demo showcase. So as you see here, we have a title and also we have several small components which includes different elements. So for example, here we have checkbox, here we have a normal text input. In that part, we have a warning icon. In the next one, we have status of the user, so small user card. And the last one is a small component with a button element, delete. So what is exactly has pseudo class in CSS? It actually helps to style parent component, depends on what's inside it. For example, if you want to highlight a form group in case if a checkbox is checked, or you want to change card styles, depend if it contains image, or show and hide elements, depend if a child exists or, for example, focused. That pseudo class is very useful if you need some dynamic CSS, but you don't want to use JavaScript. But one important note, currently has pseudo class is not supported in Firefox. And also you have to remember that if you overuse this has pseudo class in your project, that can affect your app performance. So now let's take a look how to use it and how to implement it in your CSS. Here in the beginning we have a normal style for our components, but we have to pay attention to this part. So here we use form group and then we call that has pseudo class and we pass as an argument input check. So we check in if form group has an input which is checked. And if it is, we apply these styles to the form group. Here is a pretty interesting one. So here we check if input group has input which does not show placeholder, then we apply these styles. Then we move forward and here we use warning card and we check if that warning card has a warning icon, then we apply certain styles. And after that we have the profile card and we check if profile card has classes status online, then we apply this classes. And now let's go to the component which has the button. So we check if postcard has a button with the class danger, then we set proper background color and proper border. So now let's go to the browser and check how it works. Okay, so here we have all our small components. Let's start with the first one. Here we have input checkbox. So let's try to click on it. And as you see, background color and the border styling was changed as expected. Now let's go to the next one with the input and let's try to input some text. And again, you see that background and border was changed. And these three components, they are pretty static. So here we just check for this icon. So this icon exists here, so then we change the background color and border color. The same goes for these two components, so we have specific background and border color. So here it depends on that online class which we have for that element, and here we depend on the danger color of the button. So as you see, it's very simple change which can help you a lot with dynamic styling. Next one, container query demo. So what do we see here? It's a simple card container which contain image and some static content. So how does this container query works? It actually responds to its own size, not the viewport. And that's how it different from traditional media queries. So your components become fully reusable in any context. Let's have a look how to implement it. In the first part of this container query demo CSS, we have the styling for our card component, and here we have a container query. So it's pretty similar to media queries, but here we use container, and we set min width 400 pixels, and we apply that specific styles in this case. So let's go to the browser and see how it actually works. Here is it. So here is our container, which includes that image and some static content. But this container I made resizable just to showcase how it's gonna behave if we resize that container. So let's try it now. So once I squeeze it, you see that the layout of that container actually changes. And that's pretty cool. Super easy, very similar to media queries, and you have that responsive container. And the last one to go for today is gonna be Subgrid demo. So here we will represent the layout similar to the comments layout. So here we're gonna have some icon, some title. So here it's original post with some text. And here we have like replies to the comment. So also with the icon, with the name of the person who replies, and with the text. So what is a subgrid? Subgrid is a nested layout without repetition. It lets a child grid to align with the columns of a parent grid. For example, before subgrid, you need to manually repeat grid template columns for both for child and parent. So subgrid helps you to make that perfect alignment. So now let's go to CSS and see how it is actually implemented. How does that subgrid really helps in practice? So here is the example. Here we defined our parent component, and it's gonna be grid layout. And here we specify that grid template columns, and we set it to 80 pixels. So to be able to render child of this parent component in the same sizing, we need to repeat that for every child, which is again not so scalable solution. So instead of that, we're gonna use that subgrid. So as you see, we have that child component, and here we specify grid template columns subgrid. So they will be totally aligned with the parent grid. Let's go to the browser and see how it actually looks. And here is it. So as you see on the left, we have icons of the users. Here we have original post with some static content and replies from other users, and all these three perfectly aligned. And that's it. So you see that subgrid actually can help you with the maintainability of your CSS styles. And that's it for today. I hope this tutorial was helpful to you, and let me know in the comments if you already use these tricks in your projects and how actually they helped you to improve your styles. And don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel so you don't miss next dev insights. Happy coding, and see you in the next one.